ceremony. It's important that all graduates stay seated in their area, which is all by program and major. I think you all saw that, right? There's signs on the back of the chairs that tell you what department that you're seated in. That'll make it easier when you come onto the stage. The departments will come up one at a time, and we have faculty members that will introduce and recognize the individual students. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down here, you're going to hand your card to the reader is going to read it, and at that time you move across the stage. That's the way that's going to work. We have some hand sanitizer. See it right there? That can't hurt anybody, right? Little hand sanitizer never hurt prior to the time you come across, and there's some other sanitizer you can see by your seats. That's all a good idea. So bring your name and degree card, that kind of pinkish card, with you when you leave your seating area, and you'll hand that to the faculty member right here. So then you're going to move to the center of the stage. Let me show you how that looks, just like this. You're going to stand right here. Sister Mary is going to be here. She's going to give you your diploma case. You're going to pause for a moment to get the nice photo, which you'll be so happy to have later. Okay, and then you're going to exit down that way. Now, anyone who is today receiving a master's and bachelor's degree, today you only get the empty diploma, right? Because we can't get your name on it and we get everybody in order. But trust me, you will get the deal coming to you by mail. August 2020 and January 2021 graduates, your diplomas were sent following the January graduation date to the mailing address we have on file for you. So you should already have received your diploma. For May graduates, your diploma will be processed and mailed to you at the address we have on file within 4 weeks from today. So that's a common question. Within 4 weeks today, you'll get the actual diploma itself. And anyone here who is an August graduate, you will receive your diploma by mail at the address we have on file following the successful completion of your degree requirements right after that August graduation date. So far, so good? I am going to test you on this. You know, we can still do that. I can still do that. Now, finally, just a few courtesy requests. All guests are asked to remain in your seats throughout the duration of the ceremony. To allow all guests to hear the name of their respective student and graduate, we ask you wait to clap until all graduates have crossed the stage. It's good for your hands, too. If you're clapping all the time, you know, it's just too much. At the conclusion of the ceremony, all students and guests should remain in your seats until the stage party has left the tent. And then following the ceremony, all guests are asked to remain masked and be socially distant. Please enjoy the commencement ceremony with your friends and loved ones, and I will be back in a minute to announce the president's party to the stage when they come through. No, you're too kind. No, you're too kind, too kind. As soon as I hear the music, I'll announce it.
I'm just going to tape this up there to record the names so that we have the right
Oh,
order.
sure,
It's for the photos.
Yep. As soon as you hear the music, though, I'm going to need to announce that stage party.
Yes. Is that happening any second now?
It could.
Okay. Thanks for that heads up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. It is my privilege to welcome the President's Party to the stage. We welcome Dr. Aaron Sadlick, Grand Marshal. Sister Catherine Luxner, IHM, Vice President for Mission Services. Mr. Stephen Stahl, Representative of the Marywood Alumni Association. Dr. Christina Clark, Provost. Sister Ellen Maroney, IHM, President of the Congregation of the Sisters of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. Lisa Laurie, Esquire, Chair of the Marywood Board of Trustees, and Sister Mary Persico, IHM, President of Marywood University.
Brothers and sisters, on this great day of celebration, let us pray. Loving God, it is so good for us to be together this day to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2021 of Marywood University. In these times that have challenged our resolve, wounded our spirits, and broken our hearts, we celebrate this day the power that you, O God, plant within us to overcome adversity, to recreate our world, and in the midst of darkness, to bring hope, light, and life through our openness to your abiding presence. As we lift up to you in prayer our graduates, we give thanks. We thank you, O God, for parents, for families, and all those who have nurtured and cared for our graduates and have sustained them along the way. We thank you for the educational experience built on the foundation of our Catholic faith and imbued with the spirit of the sisters, servants of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, an educational experience that has challenged growth in mind and spirit and has the power to endure in hearts forever. We thank you for teachers, for colleagues and friends who have walked the journey with our graduates and who have helped to make them who they are this day. We thank you for the gift of our faith that gives us hope amid the joys and disappointments of life. And we thank you, O God, for our graduates, for the gift of their lives, for all that they have achieved, and for their openness to your presence. We pray that they will attend to their life's work with integrity, grounded in a deep belief in you, O God, and a profound respect for the lives that you weave into their own. May they always be committed to the pursuit of knowledge, and in an age fraught with anger and division, may they dedicate themselves to the gospel value of servant leadership. Walk with them this day, O God, into a new chapter of their lives. May the perseverance that has brought them to this moment carry them forth to build a world marked by peace, justice, and compassion beyond measure, while always mindful of your grace and presence abiding within their hearts. Amen.
Attorney Lisa Laurie and members of the Board of Trustees, President Sister Mary Persico, administration, deans, faculty, parents, family, and friends, and most especially you, the distinguished members of the Marywood class of 2021. After a year like no other year, it is a special honor and joy for me to stand before you today representing the Marywood University Corporation members and indeed all the sisters, servants of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, the founding and sponsoring congregation of this wonderful university. On their behalf, I congratulate each of you, our graduates, and your parents, and really all those who helped make this day possible for you. It is a day for much gratitude and rejoicing by all. I'd like to take just a moment first to acknowledge very specially all the administrators, faculty, and staff who day in and day out witness to the IHM charism by how they help and serve you and others. I'd also like to thank and congratulate, on behalf of the congregation, Sister Mary for her vision, energy, dedication, and willingness to serve this wonderful institution. Thank you, Sister Mary. Throughout this past year, you, the members of the class of 2021, have demonstrated enormous dedication, courage, creativity, flexibility, patience, and yes, a sense of humor in order to get to this special moment. Few classes have had to overcome the challenges that you have faced. I am quite certain that the Marywood class of 2021 will not be defined by what was lost to this virus, but how you steadfastly responded to it, and that your experience and learnings will lead you to create a new normal for this world, one that is more just, kind, beautiful, and loving. That was the dream of the IHM sisters who founded this university over 100 years ago. While those founding sisters died long before any of you set foot on this campus, you were in their minds when they were inspired to build this university. You have inherited their dream, graduates. You are standing on the shoulders of those founding sisters. We are entrusting you with a living charism built on faith, passion, trust, and commitment. It is now in your capable hands and hearts to see that it is given new expression in today's world and in the next one to come. So congratulations, graduates, and thank you for having enriched all of our lives by your presence among us and for taking with you the inspiration and legacy of Marywood University. for that truly will be the measure of your future success and ours. May your lives be filled with goodness and laughter, and your hearts with hope and joy. And may God's blessings go with you today and sustain you all the days of your lives. Thank you.
Good morning. As chair of the Marywood University Board of Trustees and a proud Marywood graduate myself, I am delighted to welcome all of you here today. Whether you're here in person or you're here remotely, welcome. It's my great privilege to welcome the Marywood University Corporation, my fellow trustees of the university, Sister Mary Persico, Reverend clergy, revered sisters, university officers, and members of the faculty, staff, administration, and students and alumni. And I'm especially delighted to welcome our most esteemed guests today, you, the class of 2021. Congratulations. Let's take a minute to acknowledge those who have supported you in this journey, your family, your friends, your faculty, your mentors, by giving them a round of applause. Graduates, today we celebrate you and all that you have accomplished. Commencement signifies the beginning of something. Well, this is your commencement, and this is your new beginning. And we cheer each and every one of you as you journey to even greater success. So on behalf of the Marywood University Board of Trustees, I offer each and every one of you in the class of 2021 my warmest congratulations.
Good day to all. I'm Dr. Christina Clark, Provost of Marywood University, and it's my distinct pleasure to be with you today. I'm delighted to introduce and to pay tribute to our principal speaker, who will address us via a recorded message. We're truly grateful for his willingness to share his insights with the class of 2021. So on this 15th day of May, 2021, Marywood University is pleased to honor Stephen Karam for his award-winning and critically acclaimed work as a playwright and, more recently, as a screenwriter. Born and raised just a few blocks away from Marywood, Mr. Karam's small-town upbringing would later influence his writing. After graduating from Brown University, he became an apprentice at the world-famous Utah Shakespeare Festival. In 2006, he co-wrote a play titled Columbinus, which became his first professional production when it was produced by the New York Theater Workshop. He still held a regular day job and continued working on his plays on the side before making a name for himself as a full-fledged playwright. Now, the kid from Greenridge is a Tony Award-winning author of The Humans, Sons of the Prophet, and Speech and Debate. Mr. Karam has received 2 Drama Critics Circle Awards for Best Play and an Obie Award for his work, and he is a 2-time finalist for the Pulitzer Prize, as well as the recipient of the inaugural Horton Foote Playwriting Award, the inaugural Sam Norkin Drama Desk Award, 2 Outer Critics Circle Awards, a Lucille Lortel Award, Drama League Award, and Hull Warrener Award. Additionally, he recently directed his first feature film and teaches graduate playwriting courses at the New School in New York City. It is fitting, therefore, that Marywood University, whose mission of educational excellence in the liberal arts tradition is long-standing, should salute Stephen Karam, whose life and energies have been devoted to these pursuits.
I'm excited to be with you today and celebrate your achievement. After an uncanny year, new forms of learning, and more Zooms than you ever anticipated, you did it. I want to congratulate the graduates from 10 different countries and 30 different states, and also family and friends faculty and staff, and the entire Marywood community. My mother was a Marywood graduate 50 years ago, as are many relatives and friends, so addressing this community has special meaning for me. I grew up a few blocks from the Arch, and the campus itself feels like an extension of my backyard. It's hard to remember a day where there wasn't a walk or a bike ride through campus, casting weird reflections of myself in the mirrors of the Shield Center, piano lessons with Sister Joan Paskert, and sneaking an occasional yodel in the rotunda while my mom was running an errand on campus. Part of me thinks I'm not old enough to give a commencement address. The other part thinks of hours spent in Marywood's old library, no longer in existence, printing microfiche copies of theater articles. Microfiche felt high-tech to me at the time, so suffice to say, I am old enough to give this speech. Now that I'm a teacher myself, I tell my students that the best stories they can write are the ones that only they could write, to focus on their own quirks, obsessions, their loves. So I'll take my own advice and frame this short reflection with my own obsession and love of stories. Good storytelling requires two simple gazes: the ability to gaze inward and reflect on personal experience, and the ability to gaze outward to be curious about the experiences of others. Holding both is essential. It creates a meaningful haze of gray area, ambiguity, and some mystery. This dual gaze has been instrumental in helping me create fictional stories, but also in guiding me through real life after college. My obsession with stories kicked off when I saw my sister's production of Little Shop of Horrors at North Scranton Intermediate School. I liked that you couldn't neatly categorize any of the characters as all good or all bad. Seymour was a nerdy orphan, capable of great kindness, but also capable of killing people and feeding them to a man-eating plant. There were multiple complex truths at play. Two things could be true at the same time. I love that. Art does this so well. It can hold competing ideas at once because art's job is just to tell the truth, whereas in an arena like politics, there needs to be a clear winner. F. Scott Fitzgerald seems to appreciate the difficulty and essential nature of competing notions when he said, "The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposed ideas in mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function." Scrantonians have a leg up on this, I'd wager. We know how to thrive in a purple state. We're used to having strong beliefs and living beside others who don't see things the same way we do. If you're thinking, don't talk to us about gray area and ambiguity. We've survived college during a pandemic. Please give a speech full of concrete, incontestable wisdom. The opposing ideas at play right here now are: one, I want to be authentic, and two, I have been flipping through viral TikToks, wondering if I could get away with a listicle like, here are 3 ways to ensure every graduate lives a perfect, happy life with unlimited prosperity and wealth forever. Obviously, I can't do a list like that with a straight face, but I can hone in on 4 practical ways I search for meaning and authenticity in my stories, and how those 4 ideas might help you process your own life story. But first, potentially useful observation: your story can change. I wish I had an easier understanding of this when I was younger. It is entirely normal to set out on a planned path only to encounter unforeseen swerves, to be thwarted. A lot of my 20s, I was anxious about nailing down answers to where will I live? Where will I be in 5 years? Why did I major in English? Should I get a PhD in English? Uncertainty didn't feel good. During my 9 years of assorted day jobs, from legal assistant to working Citibank promotions, I ran from gray area. Life was chaotic, so I avoided complex truths in favor of neater, less honest answers. Maybe you've occasionally felt like a broken record as you say for the millionth time to inquiring adults, I'm a business major and I'll go into accounting. I'm in communications and I will pursue broadcast journalism. It's not that your journey won't go as planned. For many it does. But if your narrative doesn't unfold neatly, that's not an ominous sign. That's not even failure. That's life. I wish I'd been less afraid of the in-between zones of life. No one told me that the moments where you're trying to get somewhere that makes more sense, those moments are a lot of life. If I knew this in my 20s, instead of being irked by the ambiguity of it all, When asked what I do for a living, I might have said with less stress, I'm a legal assistant who sometimes dresses in a blue jumpsuit to work at Citibank promotional raffle, but what I really want to do is write for the theater. That is a horrible pickup line, but I would have felt liberated to tell something resembling the truth. My second hope for you, make time for the things you love. In the midst of doing responsible things like setting up a Roth IRA and Googling, what is a Roth IRA? You'll notice that life has an endless supply of worthwhile distractions. Setting up a new home, showing up for someone in your life who needs extra care. It's normal to get carried far away from your passions, from the stuff that fills you up. Sometimes your joys will be fully merged with your job and how you earn money, but if you find yourself in a gray zone where you're only partially fulfilled by your career or not at all, keep asking yourself, what are the no-brainer loves of my life? What do I turn to at the end of the most tedious, cold, lonely day when the whole world feels broken? A sport I no longer play, crocheting, fixing cars. Do those things. Get better at those things. Let those things lead you to other things. When you're tuned into what you love, the no-brainer loves, you'll be less tuned in to what others think you should be interested in, and more in sync with what you want for your story. My third hope for you, stay curious about stuff you don't know a lot about, but want to know more about. Formal education gives great structure and wonderful steps to building skill sets, but unofficial learning, spending time exploring what motivates you, it's nourishing in ways that you will be surprised by. I was always curious about movie making, but never studied it. However, I cannot remember a time I wasn't making home movies in my bedroom with friends and Legos. In 8th grade, I adapted an Edgar Allan Poe short story into a short film with my East Scranton Intermediate School classmates. In the climactic scene, I buried my friend alive using cardboard bricks from my sister's kitchen playset. I planned this obsessively, and because it was the past and I lacked editing tools or a computer, we lugged my parents' heavy VHS camera all over the place and had to shoot the entire thing in order until it was right. This is to say, I've always been obsessed with filmmaking, but until last year when I directed my first film, I had a problem. I'd established my story and my career my whole life as a writer. So I'd forgotten that stories can change. And so it took me almost 25 years to connect the dots from burying my friend alive with Barbie bricks on VHS to step into a new part of the story. I was 25 years deep into being too scared to fail. And let's talk briefly about fear of failure. In the same way it is liberating to name your obsessions, your true loves, both obvious and secret, it can be liberating to name your fears. If you don't name your fears, I have bad news. They're gonna find you anyway, and in that scenario, there's still some good news. Colliding with your fears head on is liberating. I don't want to be treacly here. Facing your fears is not fun. Not once have I enjoyed the reality of loss of love in my life, or the death of a loved one, or loss of health, or coping with public creative failure. Even coming out of the closet was terrifying. But Ms. Microfiche here is just old enough to say with confidence that the pain you'll experience in those terrifying moments, when you come out the other side of them, the cliches are true, you'll have grown more than you could have otherwise. You'll feel more free, your story more complex. My fourth hope for you is that you'll think more about zooming out. You'll develop the muscle that helps you see a bigger picture when you feel trapped or stuck in a given moment. Zoom out of your creative process, zoom out of your life planning, your dinner planning, your Roth IRA planning, and try to see the picture from above. This is a tough muscle to develop as everybody's own day-to-day drama is plenty to deal with. Looking outside yourself might be harder than ever because we've all got computers in our hands that reward us for being obsessed with ourselves. And look, I keep saying two things can be true at the same time. So by all means, take a hot mirror selfie today, let the people know you graduated and looked good, but then, alongside the dopamine hits from the meaningful Instagram comments you'll be receiving, such as looking good and perhaps the flame emoji, Also, hold on to how critical and meaningful it is to step outside of yourself. I say the following in shock. All of our grandparents and parents and priests and sisters and rabbis and teachers were right. Doing things as small as the thank you notes, volunteering, being a good neighbor, showing up for those you love, it's not fake good for you. It has lasting outsized rewards. I have never regretted connecting to community. I have only regretted not doing those things more. The fun way to zoom out is through art. With art, it's not work, you do it unconsciously. As James Baldwin put it, you think your pain and your heartbreak are unprecedented in the history of the world, but then you read. All of the things that feel enormous to you, intangibly huge, immeasurable, overwhelming. An artist has written about this, danced about this, painted this, suffered this either 1,000 years ago and 1,000 miles away, or most definitely in 1994 in Marywood's Performing Arts Center when I danced for my salvation in The Nutcracker, in the unmemorable role as a parent, although there was something memorable about me being 15 with mild acne and being paired with a wife who was middle-aged. I digress. Art zooms us out without even trying. It connects you to your own story by making you think about other people's. So it seems fitting to end with a story. Chekhov wrote a short one called The Student. Little on the nose. I know, bear with me. In the story, a young seminary student is having a very bad day. He is on a boring, cold walk alone. His fingers are numb. His face is burning from the wind. He's in a bad mood. It's also Good Friday, so the whole world felt broken. The student ends up stopping by a widow's house to warm himself by a fire. And as he warms his hands, he starts thinking about how on this Good Friday, more than 1,000 years ago, maybe the Apostle Peter also warmed himself by a fire on that cold night. And so he starts to tell the old woman about the night Peter denied knowing Christ 3 times, and how after the 3rd time, Peter went out of the courtyard and wept bitterly. And the student looks up to see the widow is crying herself. She's sobbing. The student is shocked. His story has had this effect on the woman, and he never learns precisely why she's crying. It remains a bit of a mystery. Chekhov only lets us into how her reaction affects him. Quote, obviously, what he had just told her, something that had taken place 19 centuries ago, had a relationship to the present. The past, the student thought, is connected with the present in an unbroken chain of events flowing one out of the other. And it seemed to him that he had just seen both ends of that chain. He touched one end and the other moved. He kept thinking about how the truth and beauty that had guided human life there in Peter's garden and in the high priest's courtyard went on unbroken to this day, and evidently had always been the main thing in human life and generally on earth. And a feeling of youth, health, strength, he was only 22, and an inexpressibly sweet anticipation of happiness, an unknown, mysterious happiness, gradually came over him, and life seemed to him delightful, wondrous, and filled with lofty meaning. This is not considered one of Chekhov's greatest short stories, but I love it for its simplicity. The same student out on a solitary, freezing, miserable walk ends up finishing the journey feeling totally different. Physically, he's still alone and freezing, but he feels connected, hopeful. His worst day has become his best day. No overly tidy lesson in this or any of my favorite stories, and hopefully none here. My best writing results from meditating on questions I can't answer. My greatest, sweetest, most ineffable highs have come from accepting mystery. But I want you to know with absolute certainty that as you start down your varied paths, even if at times the journey turns cold, unsteady, gloomy, and solitary, that same path holds constant potential to inspire feelings of deep connection, delight, wonder, and being part of a bigger story filled with lofty meaning. Congratulations.
Thank you, Stephen, for those beautiful and inspiring words. If you didn't catch all the nuggets of Stephen's wisdom, you are able to go online. That's the beauty of technology in 2021. Click on the link and listen to it again. We're having the opportunity to listen to it 4 times today, but that doesn't mean we won't listen to it again. So thank you, Stephen. Stephen, in his words of wisdom, and Emily, in her beautiful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner, have demonstrated to us today what we believe here at Marywood, the importance and the influence of the arts in our lives and how the arts sustain us in whatever we do. And so, in particular, this really relates to all of you this morning. I do have a few brief remarks to share with you. I'm sure you graduates are not surprised at that. But before I share them, I would like to ask you to do something. I know Attorney Lisa Laurie, our board chair, asked you to thank those who were responsible, our fine faculty, board of trustees, and so forth, for bringing you to this moment. But you were asked when you came here today to bring 2, and only 2 people to sit with you. These 2 people must have some very serious significance in your lives. So I'm going to ask you to turn to them right now and thank them once again. All right, that's enough kissing and hugging. In 2012, the Taliban in northwestern Pakistan attempted to assassinate a young schoolgirl by the name of Malala Yousafzai as she was riding home from school in her school bus. Malala, as she is known today, survived the attack after several operations and has since dedicated her life to fighting for the right to education for women around the world. At the age of 16, Malala spoke to the United Nations. At age 17, she became the youngest person to win a Nobel Peace Prize. And today, Malala is 23 years old. We first heard of David Hogg in 2018 when he survived the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting and immediately rose to prominence as an activist for gun control. David spoke at the youth-led March for Our Lives peaceful protest in Washington, D.C. in March following that shooting. He was named by Time magazine as one of the 100 most influential people of that year. Today, David is only 21 years old. Naomi Osaka, tennis great of Japan, defeated champion Serena Williams in the Australian Open in February of this year. Subsequently, she was named the 2021 Laureus World Sportswoman of the Year and was ranked #1 by the Women's Tennis Association. And all proceeds from the masks designed by Naomi and her sister were sent to benefit UNICEF's COVID-19 relief efforts. Today, Naomi is 23 years old. Greta Thunberg was named Time Magazine's Person of the Year in 2019. In December 2018, she spoke at the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Poland. This young Swedish woman became famous for challenging world leaders on the subject of climate change, even going Twitter to Twitter with the former President of the United States. Today, Greta is 18 years old. Malala, David, Naomi, Greta. How are their lives different from yours? I have observed you for a while now, and the answer to that question is this. The only thing that differentiates you from them is fame. And as we all know, or at least we will find out in time, fame is fleeting. So as I have observed, this is who you are, the graduates in the School of Arts and Sciences. In the midst of a global pandemic, unlike any other health crisis the world has experienced in a century, as music, theater, and dance senior student teachers in the String Project, your commitment to children and families guided the program to exceptional success in difficult circumstances. In addition to developing your talents, you assisted at food banks where you volunteered to do whatever was needed. As music therapy and education majors, you successfully transitioned the Tutti Ensemble to an online program. This online project, designed to help developmentally disabled young adults make music, kept them safe and engaged. One of you, majoring in music therapy, published a paper about the Tutti Ensemble in a Korean peer-reviewed journal. One of you assisted with the Creative Expression Lab, a social and emotional learning studio for students K through 12 in the Everhard Museum. Many of you art therapy students provided support to others using telehealth and all kinds of technology to remain connected to clients in artistic and meaningful ways. All of you, musicians and artists, use your talents and skills to lift our spirits throughout the year. Several of you created a mathematics model and wrote a computer program to forecast numbers of cases in the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Subsequently, you were invited to share your research in 3 prestigious conferences. And this is the short list. Your accomplishments and achievements go on and on. So this is the part of your graduation ceremony, right before you receive your degrees, where I exhort you to live the core values of Marywood University. Obviously, however, concepts such as service, excellence, and empowerment are already deeply rooted within you and in the graduates of the other colleges of this university who have had similar experiences in their own fields of expertise. And also, here is where I tell you that you will surely meet life's challenges in the years to come. The years to come? Ironically, that has already happened in ways that graduates in times gone by have never known at this juncture of their lives. And so, as we move beyond a world event that has deprived you of many personal joys and social experiences, we see glimpses, more than glimpses, of hope in a generation of people known as Generation Z. We see hope in you and in your peers. You have already demonstrated that you can lead, that you believe in the principle of the common good, and that the values Catholic social thought taught here at Marywood have guided and continue to guide your actions. It's not a secret that this divided, broken world needs people like Malala, David, Naomi, Greta, and you. I encourage you, if you have not already done so, gather with your family and friends to watch your graduation liturgy, which was recorded last week in our own Marywood Chapel, with some of you present. You have received the link, and it's on our website. During that liturgy, as we prayed with and for you, our chaplain, Father Elston, reflected upon the gospel passage that reads, "You are the salt of the earth and the light of the world." During these past years, especially this one, you have been our light. We will never forget you. We will speak of you and this year and your light long into the future. Do not regret what you have lost. Rather, rejoice in what you have gained. One other member of Generation Z, the poet Amanda Gorman, wrote, "For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it." You are brave enough. Congratulations, graduates. We have loved you, we will miss you, and we bid you farewell, at least for a while. God bless you. And so, today we gather to bestow degrees upon candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences. And so I ask your Dean, Dean Jeffrey Johnson, do you formally present these candidates to me for the conferral of degrees?
Yes, I do.
He said, I do. Then, by the power vested in me by the state of Pennsylvania and the Marywood University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer the following degrees: Master of Fine Arts, Master of Arts, Master of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science upon the candidates presented to me by Dean Johnson of the College of Arts and Sciences, and admit them to said degrees, and do proclaim them sons and daughters of the university forever.
At this time, we're going to start calling graduates forward by department. We're going to begin with the art department. If you're in the art department, please stand. Faculty marshals will help you form a line down the aisle. At this time, faculty members from each department will introduce these graduates as they come forward to receive their degrees. Our first reader today is Mr. John Meza from the art department.
Thank you, Dean Johnson. I am John Meza, Professor of Art. Sister Mary, it is my honor to present to you the graduates of the Art Department. Emily May Hare, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Aislinn Kira Farrell, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Johanna Emily Spencer, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Alexis Diane Cristiano, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Victoria Rose Castiglione, cum laude, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Claire A. Little, citation in honors, cum laude, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Charlie Raymond Tringali, cum laude, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Joseph Nicholas Giraci, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Nicole Feda, Master of Arts. Katie Louise Ionescu, Master of Arts. Kristen DePalma, Master of Arts, Art Therapy. Haley Elizabeth Castanis, Master of Arts. Aubrey Faith Mackenzie Haskell, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Marissa Constance Kemmerling, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Ashley Jordan Myers, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Madison McSherry, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Jordan Elizabeth Butkiss, Bachelor of Arts. Carolyn Diane Alston Choates, Bachelor of Arts. Emily Marie Rule, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Romina Carolina Godoy Lobos, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Autumn Rose Bonner, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Arts, recipient of the St. Luke Medal for Excellence in Art. Anna Elizabeth Ziegler, Bachelor of Arts. Olivia Kathleen Lukowitz, Bachelor of Arts. Lauren Elizabeth Klein, Bachelor of Arts. Caitlin Mary Jensen, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Rebecca Joy Walters, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Maya Elizabeth Pollacare, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Dolly Marie Mercado, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Anna Naim, Bachelor of Arts. Danielle Rose Shields, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Camille E. D'Antone, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Mackenzie Emily O'Hara, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Danielle Marie Herman, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Christina Janine McHugh, Bachelor of Arts. Ashley Stanger, Master of Arts. Caitlin Christina Sheriff, Master of Arts. Diana Ruff, Master of Arts. Alyssa Rose Majewski, Master of Arts. I now welcome Dr. Aaron Sadlick, Associate Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences and Chair of the Department of Communication, Language, and Literature.
Sister Mary, it is my honor to present to you the graduates of the Department of Communication, Language, and Literature. Brianna Lee Ryan, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Emily Morgan Scholl, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Erin Margaret Kane, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Katie Lee Warnakowski, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Justin Richard Kuharski, Bachelor of Arts. Shelby Ann Petrillo, Bachelor of Arts. Georgina Rose Gustin, Bachelor of Arts. Stephanie Nicole O'Malley, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Morgan Nicole Reese, Bachelor of Arts. Shannon Rose Would, Bachelor of Arts. Jenny Nguyen, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Kate M. Kroll, Master of Arts. Richard W. Andrus, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. I now welcome Dr. Rick Hoffenberg, Chair of the Department of Music, Theater, and Dance, to the podium.
Sister Mary, it is my honor to present to you the graduates of the Department of Music, Theater, and Dance. Rocco Roguski, Citation and Honors, Bachelor of Music, and recipient of the Sister M. Claire Kelly Medal for Excellence in Music. Emily Krause, Bachelor of Music. Emily Vanasek, Bachelor of Music, and recipient of the Sister Davidica Kildea Medal for Excellence in Voice. Sarah McCarthy, Bachelor of Music. Caleb Borsos, Bachelor of Music. Mary Donahue, Bachelor of Music. Mason Marie Clark, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Craig Stephen Beavers, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Emily Nicole Felker, Bachelor of Music. Karen Leticia Whitaker, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Music, and recipient of the Sister M. Immaculata Gillespie Medal for Excellence in Secondary Education. Trevor Sablon, Bachelor of Music. Gabriella Day, Bachelor of Music. Kristen Nicole Kelleher, Bachelor of Music. Catherine Rose McGrath, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Music. I now welcome Dr. Dan Kosaki, Assistant Professor of Religious Studies, to the podium.
Sister Mary, it is my honor to present to you the graduate of the Department of Philosophy and Religious Studies. Brian Luke McChesney, Citation in Honors, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts, recipient of the Chacker Medal for Distinction in Religious Studies, recipient of the Sister M. Marguerite Kelly Medal for Distinction in Service. I now welcome Dr. Deanne Garvey, Chair of the Department of Science, Mathematics, and Computer Science, to the podium.
Sister Mary, it's my honor to present to you the graduates of the Department of Science, Mathematics, and Computer Science. Zachary Lloyd, Bachelor of Science. Jennifer Lauren Elizabeth Nickus, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Science, recipient of the Sister M. Sylvia Morgan Medal for Pre-Medical Studies. Jessie Elizabeth Doyle, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Cody Dash, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Science at Computer Science, recipient of the Kappa Gamma Pi Medal for General Excellence. Alexis Pallas, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science, recipient of the Dolores M. Acorny Medal for Excellence in Leadership and Human Relations. Stephen David Price, Bachelor of Science. Caitlin Elizabeth Rash, Bachelor of Science. Haley Lynn Rapisardi, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science, recipient of the Philip E. Mulry Medal for Excellence in Chemistry. Megan J. Lee Hedgelon, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Erica Ann Bistran, Bachelor of Science. Lily Foote, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science, recipient of the Sister Maria Lawrence Mayer Medal for Excellence in Biological Sciences. Katie Lynn Nancy Marie Parent, Bachelor of Science. Gail Maureen Kleinsasser, Citation and Honors, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science, recipient of the J. Harold Brislin Medal for Distinction in Creative Writing. Joseph William Chesick, Bachelor of Science. Stephen Wayne Catazone, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Gabrielle Rose Cholish, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Colleen Lamagna, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Catherine Naughton, Bachelor of Science. Logan Brighton, Master of Science. Jada Marie Mattis, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Ashley Marie Zakoski, Bachelor of Science. Emma Jane Marsan, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Sarah May Barubi, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Ashley Morgan Clark, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Samantha Lynn Davis, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Bria Elise Hawking, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Nicholas J. Hayden, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. John Leonard Chebby, Master of Science. Jack DeGroot, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Heather Kwolek, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Science, recipient of the Tama Medal for Excellence in Mathematical Sciences. Brianna Nicole Kenke, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Braden P. Burrier, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Haley Ann Tosco, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Cara Marie Romanello, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Michaela Elizabeth Ann Matthews, Bachelor of Science. Okay. Keegan Emily Farrell, Master of Science. Olivia Rose Yandolino, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Dalen Vincent Barron, Bachelor of Science. Matthew Gerard Lean, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Brian Mucken, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Dev K. Patel, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Caroline Elizabeth Kudrich, Bachelor of Science. Amanda Victoria Galwell, cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Ashley Nicole Moharan, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Stephen Michael Liuzzo, Bachelor of Science. Rohan Dhamapurath, Bachelor of Science. Joshua Pam, Bachelor of Science. Christopher Cariffi, Bachelor of Science. Kylie Ann Robinson, Bachelor of Science. Brianna Catherine Koenig, Bachelor of Science. I would now like to welcome Dr. Jeremy Rich, Professor of the Department of Social Sciences, to the podium.
Sister Mary, it is my honor to present to you the graduates of the Social Sciences Department. Nicholas Boyer, Bachelor of Arts. Maya Helen Pliska, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Lee Vance, Master of Science. Congratulations. Morgan James Theobald, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Emily Medwood, Bachelor of Arts. Abigail Lame, Bachelor of Arts. Deanna Charpentier, Bachelor of Arts. Zachary Thomas Penzone, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Arts, recipient of the Judith Pisnar Medal for Leadership and Service to Youth and the Jordan Medal for Excellence in the Social Sciences. Brianna Tagliera, Bachelor of Arts. Jared Chicazola, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Grant Brogensky, Bachelor of Arts. Tyler Charles Webbs, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Anthony Baglivio, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Arts, recipient of the Barrett Medal for Outstanding Service and Scholarship in the field of Legal Studies, History, and Criminal Justice. Jane May Realstone, Bachelor of Arts. Kimberly Lippincott, Master of Science. Alec Thomas Bone, Bachelor of Arts. Janessa Hans, Master of Science.
Are there any other students who have not been called forth at this time? Still have a card? Anyone? Great, thank you.
Well, let's give congratulations now to our graduates. Thank you, faculty. Thank you. So during this spring semester, Marywood traditionally recognizes members of the university's faculty, administration, and staff for their distinguished years of service and commitment to our students. At this time, I would like to publicly recognize, but not name, all the many members of the faculty, staff, and administration and all their years of service, but I would like to publicly recognize them for their continued dedication. Many of those people are with us today. So I want you to please know of our sincere appreciation for all you have done these many years to make Marywood the wonderful institution that it is. Additionally, we express our gratitude as we bid farewell to several dedicated members of the Marywood University faculty and administration who will be retiring this year. Next month, we will have a retirement party to properly thank them. but I would like to acknowledge now our appreciation for all their many years of service to our university. And finally, there are two members of the Board of Trustees who, after serving Marywood with great distinction for many years, are leaving the board. They are Mary Ann Conaboy Abrahamson and Mary Ellen McDonough. So we express our appreciation to all of these people, and I ask you to please give them a round of applause. I now turn the podium over to Cody.
Members of the Marywood University Corporation, trustees of the university, Sister Mary Persico, Reverend clergy, revered sisters, university officers, members of the faculty, administration, and staff, parents, families, and guests, fellow students. First, it's important that we thank those who helped us get where we are today. I'd like to say thank you to all our family and friends who provided us with so much support. Thank you to our professors for instilling in us a passionate drive for what we do. I want to give a special shout out to Dr. Adhikari and Dr. Johnson for teaching me that when you come to a fork in the road, you can use the dot product and find the angle between it. I'd also like to extend a special thank you to Dr. Sadlak for helping me compose and edit this speech. Without your help, I'd be wrapping up right about now. When I first sat down to write this speech, I started considering where I wanted to go with it. Would I take a philosophical approach and quote people wiser than myself? Would I take a more serious approach and talk about the state of the world? Would I try to make a passionate call to action? Then it hit me. I'm a guitar player, and music has long been an essential part of my life. I could use music as a universal language to help us reflect back on our time here, while having some fun with it and issuing you a bit of a challenge. Throughout the speech, I'm going to drop a few lines from a famous rock song, so see if you can figure it out by the end. Though our time here feels like it went by like dusk to dawn, we've taken so much with us, so sing with me, sing for a year, as we celebrate what a Marywood education has given all of us. First, Marywood has taught us the importance of harmony and balance. Everyone always tells you that college is what you make of it, and I believe that's entirely true. By this point, it's very easy to feel like half your life's in books written pages, and we've learned a lot from them, but Marywood's many clubs and activities have also been a vital part of our experience. From our first year, Marywood has constantly provided us with opportunities to both further our education and enrich our lives on campus. Whether it's participating in faculty research or doing an internship, opportunity comes in abundance here. Even if you somehow can't find a club you're interested in, all you need to do is find 3 members and a faculty advisor, and you can be the founder and president of the Slide Whistle Symphony Orchestra. Where else can you have Calculus 3 and jazz band in the same night? The second thing Marywood has taught us is that while there is beauty in a solo, magnificence also comes from the accompaniment. You get professors who not only care about the subjects that they teach, but about their students individually. I remember in one of the courses I had during the initial switch to the pandemic format, one of my professors sent out a survey to the class. Beyond gathering opinions on the new format of the class, the survey included the questions, how are you feeling today? And is there anything that I can do to help make life better during this time? This is not an uncommon theme among the faculty here, and every professor I've had has always had our best interest in mind. They inspire us to extend this caring to all those around us. The third thing that Marywood has taught us is that even if you play a wrong note from time to time, if you keep going, you always have a chance to end on the right one. Our experience here has taught us the value of having a sense of optimistic confidence and perseverance, and this year more than ever, that's exactly what we need. In a time of unprecedented uncertainty, Marywood has instilled in us the faith to sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. We all know that academia doesn't come without its challenges, but Marywood has taught us to keep our heads held high and to continue to strive for the best in the face of adversity. The quality of a liberal arts education has prepared us not only to succeed in our careers, but to succeed in all aspects of our lives. So by now you might have recognized the song. If not, I'll leave you with a final thought. Dream on, dream until your dreams come true. These are Steven Tyler's hopeful words, but also the main message I want to leave you with today. Marywood has given us the freedom to dream big dreams and the skills to make those dreams a reality. As we leave here today as alumni, if we all dare to follow those dreams, we can shape a better world where everyone can live their own. So don't stop believing, but that's another song, so I'll stop there. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2021.
Good afternoon. I believe it's afternoon. My name is Stephen Stahl, and I am first Vice President of Marywood University Alumni Association Board of Directors. It is indeed a pleasure to be speaking to the future of the Marywood University Alumni Association. It isn't unusual for you to leave this ceremony with a sense of accomplishment and a feeling of uneasiness as you come to realize you're leaving Marywood behind. The Marywood Alumni Association provides the opportunity for you to continue your Marywood experience on and off campus. Marywood alumni total over 30,000 are all over the world. Connect with us via social media and share job updates, moves, marriages, and so on. Our alumni chapters will connect you with fellow alumni at events throughout the country. Volunteer, get involved, stay in touch. Your success is Marywood's success. But before I ask you to stand and be inducted, I am honored to represent the Alumni Association as we induct an associate member into the association. At this time, I would like to call to the stage the family of Robert Filetta. I have the distinct privilege of recognizing and honoring the Marywood spirit in someone who, like all of our new alumni, share the common bond of the Marywood mission with a heart for service and a passion for excellence. Robert Filetta expressed his passion through creativity, and it was his greatest desire to one day instill the creative passion in others by teaching art in a college setting. However, when Rob left this world in November of 2020, that particular dream went unfulfilled. Yet, his creativity endures through his many accomplishments and in the lives and hearts he's touched during his all too brief yet meaningful lifetime. Rob excelled in art and music. His work as an artist was masterful, and he harnessed his imagination into perfection on the canvas. More than that, he was a devoted and caring father, son, brother, and friend. I'm honored to present to Rob's family a special certificate officially signifying, posthumously, Rob's associate membership in the National Marywood Alumni Association and his part in reflecting the important mission shared by all Marywood graduates, past, present, and future. Now, it is my distinct honor and privilege to complete your transition this day. To begin your journey from students to alumni, I asked all the members of the class of 2021 to please stand. Think we have everyone? In accordance with the bylaws of the Marywood Alumni Association and by the authority vested in me by the President of the Marywood University Alumni Association, I hereby declare the class of 2021 lifelong members of the Marywood Alumni Association with all the rights and privileges accorded thereto. In closing, I congratulate each of you as you join your over 30,000 sisters and brothers as sons and daughters of Marywood University forever. Congratulations.
As we conclude this commencement ceremony, we pray with great pride and gratitude for the achievements of all whom we are celebrating today. God of joy and hope, bless and guide this class of 2021 in their going forth and in their new beginnings. Bless their families and all who have supported them in reaching this milestone. May their Marywood education inspire them to live lives of service to others, especially to those who are marginalized or suffering in any way. Encourage these graduates, O God, in their desire to make the world a better place. Give them wisdom and courage to always seek the greater good and to live responsibly in an interdependent world. God of unconditional love, walk with these Marywood graduates and strengthen them along the journey of life. In the midst of life's blessings and challenges, may they always know your presence and your peace. This we pray through the intercession of Mary and in the name of Jesus. Amen. Congratulations.